This vessel is in state of emergency and I claim the right for a safe harbor. Over.
Negativo, negativo.
Port of safety.
I want to proceed to a port of safety. Over.
No, no, stop engine, stop.
I'm going to go over what happened in Sicily with the NGO ship. I also have an update on the hurricane situation. But first, it looks like Turkey is making good on their promise to halt border enforcement. I made a previous video about how Turkey was trying to extort the EU by threatening to allow illegal crossings into the Greek islands again. Last Thursday, a cluster of rafts arrived in Lesbos carrying 600 economic migrants from Afghanistan. This is said to be the largest group of new arrivals in Greece in 3 years. The Greek government vowed to speed up the process of deporting illegal migrants back to Turkey. Of course, Turkey has to cooperate for this to take place. The other day, an NGO trafficking ship named Eleanor illegally docked at a port in Sicily. It had already been banned from Italian territorial waters. It was ordered not to dock, and the ship has now been impounded. The owners of the ship now face a €1 million fine. The ship was being operated by the German NGO Mission Lifeline. The ship did successfully ferry 104 economic migrants. This is being celebrated by the media and the left-wing parties in Europe. However, there are many twists to this story. First of all, Mission Lifeline already had another ship impounded in Malta. The Eleanor, a small vessel registered as a private yacht, had been deployed as a backup ship. Now they are already fundraising for a third ship. Mission Lifeline has also clashed with the Libyan Coast Guard. They were involved in at least one high-profile standoff in Libyan waters. As they were taking custody of migrants from a criminal gang, the Libyan Coast Guard arrived. The Coast Guard demanded that the migrants be transferred to their ships. Mission Lifeline then falsely told the media that they were shot at. However, they quickly backpedaled and admitted that the Libyans actually fired into the air after Mission Lifeline violated international laws and defied them. So Mission Lifeline is already recognized as a criminal entity in Libya, Malta, and Italy when the ship illegally docked in Sicily. Markus Rinderspacher, a major German politician, was on board. Rinderspacher is head of the Bavarian SPD and one of several people with the title of Vice President of the Bavarian Parliament. Along with Rinderspacher was a taxpayer-funded German camera crew from a German public television station. This is not the first time that a taxpayer-funded German camera crew has been on board a human trafficking ship. The ship sat outside of Italy for several days and then declared an emergency. The tiny ship had 104 migrants, but only about 20 people could fit below deck. They claimed lightning was approaching the ship and threatening their lives. German media outlets have claimed Rinderspacher was a volunteer crew member. However, I have discovered this is basically a hoax. Rinderspacher and the taxpayer-funded camera crew had only arrived on the ship less than 12 hours before the highly choreographed alleged emergency. In reality, it was all a theatrical stunt to agitate against Italy. The so-called emergency situation was created by Mission Lifeline by overloading the ship and sitting at sea for days waiting for a storm to come. If the ship had actually rescued people, which it did not, they could have immediately handed the victims over to the Libyan Coast Guard. Under international law, they were legally required to hand over the allegedly rescued people to either the Libyan authorities or the authorities in Tunisia. Rinderspacher says that if people donate money to a third Mission Lifeline ship, he will volunteer to be a crew member on that ship as well. He was not a real crew member on the Eleanor. In fact, in an interview, Rinderspacher did not even allege that there were women and children on the ship. Video shows nothing but physically fit young males, none of whom look like ethnic Libyans. Rinderspacher only alleges that 30 people were under 18. Of course, it has already been well documented that large percentages of economic migrants falsely claim to be under 18. There is absolutely no question at this point that tens of millions of euro are being spent to agitate against Italy. We repeatedly see German organizations and German politicians at the heart of this agitation. So why does the left wing want open borders with such religious fanaticism? Well, a German Green Party leader explained why on Twitter today. The spokesman for the Lower Saxony Green Party Youth League said migrants are needed to dilute the vote of their opponents, specifically AfD voters. He called for more new economic migrants from Libya, Lebanon, and Jordan to be sent to Saxony and Brandenburg to combat the rise of conservative voters. Now, left-wing politicians in the media in Germany are claiming there is a Russian conspiracy to support conservative parties in Italy. These same people claim that massive amounts of money being spent in Germany to agitate against Italy is a complete hoax. All right, today was day 2 of the mandatory evacuation of the South Carolina Lowcountry. However, it was beautiful weather today. I love the weather. It was a beautiful day in my neighborhood. It doesn't seem like very many people are evacuating so far. Now, last year, there was a mandatory evacuation, and then it did not even rain at all. A lot of people did evacuate last year. However, all the cool people stayed, and we had the whole city to ourselves. And so I actually had kind of a fun time. But I don't think very many people have evacuated so far. UPS shut down, and that's about it. Everything else was open today. Now, the Aldi's closed down early and was boarded up, but this Aldi's is really reliable, and I have faith that they're going to continue feeding me for the rest of the week, so I think it's going to be open again very soon. Everybody looks like they're still home. Very few homes are boarded up. You'll have to drive around for a long time just to find one house that's boarded up. So day 2 of the evacuation so far, very few people seem to have left. Now, there are police everywhere. Every city cop, every county cop, every state cop, and even South Carolina National Guard. I've seen some South Carolina National Guard out standing around looking at their cell phones. So there you have it. All right, thanks for watching this video. Click the like button, post a comment below, and please support my sponsor, Patriotic Flags, the online flag store, patriotic-flags.com. Get yourself an Italian flag. And please support this YouTube channel, as YouTube has mass demonetized all my videos. And click the subscribe button. New video every few days.